Hello! We're currently on a 7-hour road trip. So it's like we're just on this massive bridge. Paw Patrol!
Welcome to Arizona.
You too.
We just stopped in the middle of nowhere and we figured this would be the perfect place. We've got Brady stuck in his seat. He can't move.
How did I turn the... Oh, whoops.
And we are going to basically be answering all of your questions to get to know Brady more, to get to know kind of our story a little bit more. We're putting him in the hot seat. Now you see that?
Yeah. It is.
Here we go. Okay, first question. How long have you known each other? We met, what was it, April?
It's been almost 3 years.
2.
2. That's all. That makes a moment.
Was it April or, no, it was May. I forget, it's either April or May. So, it's been almost 2 years that we've known each other. To answer everyone's question, we met on our church mission in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. How old are you, Brady?
20. I am 20. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. He's 20, then I'm 21. That's all we're gonna say about that. What will the wedding theme be about? You're gonna have to figure that.
What is that?
We don't really have like midnight summer.
Let's have like a
Lego.
Paw Patrol. That's what
Paw Patrol.
Themes, like a birthday party.
Yeah, basically, we don't really have
A Star Wars
theme.
wedding. No, I don't like
I guess
Star
you
Wars.
could say. Brady doesn't like Star Wars. Oh, I want to know when Brady started liking you or his POV on your relationship.
My
When you-
point of view.
Yeah.
To make like a whole separate thing, just me talking. Without you even there.
Of like the whole thing,
Yeah, just me.
a debrief
Yeah.
of everything.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I think that's fair. That
Should
might
I
be.
drop you off so I can do it?
No, you are not dropping me off. What? You can walk for the next mile. How did both of you make sure that no time passed in your relationship with long distance?
That no time passed? Like,
Does that make sense?
Not really.
We can just
I mean,
figure out what they mean by that.
I feel like I kind of get what they're probably saying. We were on FaceTime all the time. All the time.
We were. We found, Brady actually found some really fun like apps and ways for us to stay connected. As much as we were always on FaceTime and always talking, we always would send pictures in the morning.
And we used like, what is it called? We used an app to watch movies at the same time.
We did. That was super awesome.
That was fun.
So what we would do is we would be on FaceTime and then we'd watch the movie through an app together. And then Brady also found an app called like Cozy Couples. It was super cute. There are so many different apps.
It was actually really fun.
We still have it, even though we are no longer long distance. We still have that. Oh. That might be a secret.
An entire house.
Yeah.
What?
Nothing. It's okay.
Oh.
I think I spilled a secret. Oh well. Those little tiny things helped a lot. As well as I think one thing that both of us talked about a bunch, like kind of prioritizing the other's feelings in the sense of like if I were to go and hang out with my friends, understanding, oh, Brady might have FOMO or he might like wish that he could be there. So how can I still... Does that make sense what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like that conversation that we had about like...
It's a lot of that stuff, yeah.
We just like tried
Just
to...
keep each other updated as much as possible.
Yes,
because it is
that's
hard
better.
to not know at all, like to be completely in the dark on what's going on for the other person.
As much as you have their location or you might like text or FaceTime all the time, you still can be pretty in the dark. So those little tiny updates always help. We would text each other pictures of like our outfit in the morning. Little things to show that you care, basically. Are you moving out of the state
That's for you.
that I'm currently living in? Well, if you rewind a good 30 seconds, maybe 2 minutes, I don't even remember when it was, maybe that'll tell you. Where did your fiancé serve his mission? Will you get married in the temple? I like that question. We both served our mission in Rio de Janeiro South.
Yep.
Kind of crazy. I feel like it was a great place to meet each other.
We met speaking
did.
It's so cool.
We have a secret second language that we can speak, and maybe even some of you would understand, but most wouldn't.
Yeah, probably not.
A gente pode falar sobre os nossos segredos.
Só a gente sabe.
Anyways, and will we be getting married in the temple? Yes, we will. We will be getting married in the temple. Here's a good question. Why only 4 months of dating? That's too soon. What does your dad think? My dad?
He thought it was a longer time than it would. Like, he was like...
I think they dated. Here's a good perspective. My parents and your parents too. No,
Yeah,
your parents'
my parents-
situation's a bit different
But
too.
it was quicker than we are.
His
It's-
parents knew each other, what, a year, 2 years? Because he went on his mission, right, your dad?
Yeah.
And then they started dating for very few amount of months, and they got married. My parents, they knew each other, started dating. I think they dated 3 months. No, I'm pretty sure. What was it? It was October to February. They met
was
each
pretty
other,
much the same
dated,
thing
and
as
got
my
married.
parents.
Yes.
My parents. It was like
Within-
5 years before.
Yeah. Yeah. So, our parents are completely supportive of it. I think
And my
because
parents have been married for 30 years, and yours...
my parents have been married 22 years
Yeah, so...
for a long time. So I think time doesn't actually, in some cases, I mean, yes, it's important because you can get to know the person. However, it really just depends on you. I think when you know, you know. As cheesy as that sounds,
Like,
it is true.
Yeah. I don't know, you just feel different about it. We
Yeah.
felt different about it.
We
Because,
dated,
dated other people, and that topic wasn't so present.
yeah. Whereas with us, we were super, super close for the almost 2 years. I think it was like a year and a little over a year and a half that we were super close. We talked all the time. So we knew that we got along very well. We knew that our personalities were like compatible, I guess you could say. We enjoyed a lot of the same things. There was just so many things that like fit in and were great that we wanted to start dating. Felt great dating that we took a leap of faith. Let's just leave it at that. Thoughts on each other's families, and how many siblings does Brady have?
I have 5... I don't know, I'm tired. I have 5 siblings, same as Clay. I'm
has
the
5
third in the family, though. I'm the
So
third
he's like
child,
Shay.
the middle child.
I think what probably made it confusing, he has 2 of his older siblings are both married. He has 2 sibling in-laws.
Yeah.
In-laws.
That made what confusing?
No, I have no idea what I'm saying. Actually, forget I said anything. We're both tired. We just drove 7 hours. Brady
Now we're
woke up
driving
at
7 more.
4 a.m. and now we're driving 7 more. But what were your thoughts on my family?
I think a lot of this I've already said. I mean,
It has all
other
been said
videos.
in other videos.
But who intimidated me the most at the start was Cora. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that's only on like the Ohana Adventure channel that I said that though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Cora was the most intimidating. She's the hardest to actually tell if she likes you.
Which is kind of crazy. I think as she's grown up, I've been like, oh wow, yeah, you're so right.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, I'm not in the lane. But yeah, it was great meeting the family. For the first time, I remember, it feels like it was so long ago though.
I know.
As I've come up, or I've driven there so many times. And
We've driven back and forth so much.
yeah. But it was great. I mean, it's hard to remember how it was, but I can remember that I liked everyone in the family.
And then my
We
2
all
little
were able to-
sisters
Yeah.
were giggling and they're like, oh my gosh, she's a lot taller than I thought. I wish I had that on camera because that was so funny.
The first time they saw me.
Uh-huh. We were all dying
After they had heard about me for
a year and a
a long
half.
time.
No, not a year and a half. They had heard about you like 10 months before you got home, when I had gotten home.
That was fun though.
Yeah.
What about you?
For me, I loved his family. I was very nervous. I remember us
you met my family
FaceTiming.
before I met yours.
Yeah, I did. At his homecoming is what we call it, when he came home from his mission. But I remember like us being on FaceTime like twice where your siblings were kind of there, and I was like, no.
Yeah,
I was so nervous. I didn't want to like meet them over FaceTime because FaceTime's much harder.
It's more awkward.
It's much more awkward. Like you're not there in person.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, meeting somebody like in person for the first time, like like your family, is already like not awkward, but it's not 100% comfortable, basically.
Yeah.
But once I actually met your family, I met them at his sister's track meet. I was like, oh, we're good. His mom was like super nice and super sweet. His dad was super nice. The whole family was super nice. And okay, Brady had like told me about their height, because Brady is 6'6". Your Max is 6'7".
Yeah, you didn't meet him till way later though.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. He's 6'7", his older brother. So like he had told me like his whole family's like over what? You had said like 5'8".
No, he's 6'8".
He's 6'8". Okay, he's a little bit taller than Brady.
I was completely out of it. I didn't catch it.
You're good. So I feel like you had told me like throughout the mission that your family was like all taller than 5'8".
Yeah.
So I pictured Raquel's height, who is taller than me. Like she's significantly taller than me. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna be so short. But when I got there, his mom's like not like, oh my goodness, you're super tall. And then his sisters, who are both younger than him, they're Evie and Wyatt's age. I was like, they're also pretty tall, but it wasn't like crazy tall like I was assuming it would be. Oh my gosh. Not that that really matters, but that was one thing that Jeez. We're currently passing the Hoover Dam. So it's like we're just on this massive bridge, and it's...
Welcome to Arizona.
Thank you.
Car.
My car talks to us. So anyways, that
Thanks, Bluey.
is that answer. We named my car Bluey. And it is my favorite thing ever. How long have you been engaged for? What day is it?
It's been a
month and a few days.
Yeah.
That's so crazy to think about. Time has been
Month and 4 days.
by. How did you feel leading up to the proposal? I don't think we really talked about this in the proposal video.
Not much. I was nervous about it, but I was just very, 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 very excited to see your reaction.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I wanted more than anything to surprise you, and that kind of stressed me out, but I was super excited.
Well, you did a very good job, because I was like hyperventilating. I was like, oh my gosh, what? No, there's no way.
It's so funny.
Looking back at it, I can see how you were a lot more focused the whole drive.
Yeah.
And you were like...
There were so many little things that I don't know, I couldn't crack,
Yeah, you just couldn't, you were just like dead stare, straight. I feel like at the very beginning of our drive, you were very like lovey, and like we're holding each other's hands and like talking, and it was very lighthearted, right?
Uh-huh.
And then when it got closer and closer, once we got into like going towards Sedona, I feel like is when like we were both just like much more serious.
When we were in the traffic in Sedona,
yeah,
I was so stressed out.
Really?
Once it got to that point, I was like, it has to work out. Because I hadn't even seen the spot yet. Like, I'd never been there.
He literally found it from
I went
Apple
on Google Maps and looked at the street view.
I am quite impressed. It was the most perfect proposal. I feel like it was very special. And you did surprise me.
I would have loved to go there, but you would have known. Like, you have my location. There was no way I was going to make it there.
Yeah.
I had already pulled it off once with going to your house. So it made you very, very aware after that.
After that moment, we should have just stopped sharing each other's locations only for the sake of, like, proposal
surprises.
stuff.
Yeah.
Honestly, that might have been smart, but it might have also driven us crazy.
I thought about saying that, but then I'm like, okay,
I'd be on high alert.
That narrows it down a lot on how it's gonna happen.
True. If you are looking for somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know. It makes it At that point, it's just be like, oh, you should send me a picture. Just send me a picture. You should send me a picture.
Oh yeah. Because I always am. Because I also love just like seeing pictures of you, and then also because you don't send me, like, I wouldn't have had your location.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
It's just nice to know what the other one's doing.
yeah, it is. It's just like you can quickly. Oh, okay. I won't call them because I know that they're at work or whatever. Speaking of being engaged, speaking of the proposal, how does it feel for you being engaged?
Great. Was that a question?
No,
That's just me. Oh, that's yours.
Actually, no, I'm pretty sure they did. No, they did ask that, yeah.
I love it. It's so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it like hits you at certain moments.
Yeah.
You're just like, great.
Mm-hmm. It like feels like it's normal, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my
wait,
goodness.
there's that on your...
There's a ring. Kind of crazy. No, I know,
crazy.
same with me.
But I love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
I love it so much. It's nice. I feel like it's more connecting. As much as like the feeling hasn't changed too much, it's not like this drastic change like it will be when we're actually married.
Yeah.
It still is more connecting knowing that like we've made a bigger commitment than just dating, basically. Why did you hide your engagement?
Why did I hide it?
Why did I hide the engagement from online, basically?
Yeah, why did we do that?
I hid, okay, so from the minute, this is actually funny, from the minute that Mystery Man became a thing and I was going to Arizona to take a trip to visit a guy, that was Brady. So if you can go back and track that, it's been a long time. I mean, what, it's not 5 months?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, 5 months since he's been home. That I've just kind of been keeping on the down low. We had known each other on the mission. Brady knew about YouTube, Brady knew about the social media, but I wanted us to be able to start the relationship not online. I wanted us to be able to...
I also didn't want to
Yeah,
anything.
we both wanted
We
it
both
to...
said that at the start.
Yeah, that's true. So that we could establish our relationship not in the eyes of the public and not have the pressure of it, be able to just enjoy the things that we're doing and it be 100% like genuine, I guess. Not that like it being online isn't genuine, it can create a lot of assumptions of like, oh, if I'm using you for like views, which is very terrible.
Yeah.
Like, oh, she just wants to date to post about a guy. Or Brady, assumptions that he's somehow using me for something, right? Like there's so many, being in public, especially with a new relationship, is just so difficult. It's a lot of pressure, I feel like.
It is.
And so we both just wanted to keep it private, enjoy it, and once it was official that we were getting engaged and we were wanting to get married, then we'd start thinking about it and start possibly posting about it. But I made sure Brady was comfortable because obviously what matters more to me is him. And how he feels about it than posting about it. So, are you looking at the views?
Huh?
Are you looking at the views?
I was looking at you.
Oh, me? Sorry. I thought you were
probably
looking...
can't see my eyes, but
I was like, I thought you were looking out there. I was like, yep, it's very cool.
No.
What? Okay. What was your first date?
Which one did you consider our first actual
I would consider
date?
the
That
first
night?
yeah, that first night. I would say that's our first date because it was a date that we did. We did go out. We
were out somewhere.
Stuff.
It was somewhere I'd never been, she'd never been.
Yeah, we were staying.
Where
I
she
was
was
staying in
staying
a
at.
town. Yeah.
Like an hour north of where I live. So
Which is hard.
I don't know what was going on that week, but I was exhausted too. Like I was really wanting to have do something really fun. But well, first we just went to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
Got some.
We were both just hungry.
Yeah, we were both hungry.
I was like, I love Buffalo Wild Wings.
And we just started talking. It's cool that it was like never awkward. Like it didn't feel like we were having a first date at all.
It was
So
like we were seeing each other again.
Talk. And then I don't know. I had been trying to think of something cooler to do, something more fun, but then we just, like I said, I was really, really tired that week too.
Yeah.
So
you had just gotten home. No, you had been home like a week. You were still adjusting.
Yeah. So we literally just took her laptop, and we just went and watched a movie. Actually, we looked at the stars a little bit before.
Which was so cool.
Because it was super dark
so
and we were in the
peaceful.
desert.
Yeah.
We just looked at the stars and we just watched a movie. I think I might have even fallen asleep. I don't know. Did I? Or not?
I think for like
A
maybe
tiny
5
bit,
seconds. Like barely, like we started, but then we would like move and adjust, and like we couldn't fall asleep. And I just really liked talking, so I talked a lot.
And we watched Inside Out.
We did. We watched Inside Out and had Buffalo Wild Wings on our first date.
Yep.
Well, if you think about that, like, I think later on in our relationship, we ended up having wings again at some point, and I was like, oh my goodness, never have like chicken wings for a first date, because it is so messy. And Brady was like, you realize that was what we had for our first date? I'm like, that's so embarrassing. We're both having wings. Oh, it was so funny. But that is our first date. And then our second date that we also consider our first date, because
it was the first one actually organized. Which was also very similar though. Like, I don't know, it was just a little bit more planned out. We just went and hiked some mountains.
Watched the sunset.
Yeah, watched the sunset there. And then I just had a projector set up.
That was so fun. We need to do that again.
We just lay in the back of the truck and watched another movie.
We haven't done that since that date.
We haven't.
We should do that date again. We should go.
I really want to take it. So, my family has a cabin.
Which is so fun.
Like the foresty part of Arizona. I think we should go do it there. Bring the projector up there.
That would be so fun.
I'm so excited to do trips like that.
That'll be so exciting.
Because those are the type of that you can just stay up there a weekend.
Yeah.
And then
I'm so excited.
I can work from there.
We love those kinds of little trips. Like, my family grew up, but I grew up traveling a ton. And then his family has a cabin. And so I'm excited for this, like, in between of, like, more stateside travel trips, like trips in California, trips here in Arizona, stuff that, like, visiting these nearby states and going out of the country too. We're gonna do that for sure, but I'm excited. Okay, so I put on my Instagram to ask us questions to get to know Brady, and all of the questions are about the engagement and, like, wedding.
So everything we've already talked about.
Everything. Did y'all skip the talking stage?
That's like all we did for
that was
years.
A year and a half.
Stage we
Our talking stage was a year and a half. It was a long talking stage.
There weren't even FaceTime calls for that. Like, it was.
Well, even on the mission, 10 months.
It was just.
There was no, like, flirting or anything.
All the time.
Yeah, it was all emails. It was emails.
So we definitely got to know each other very well.
Very well. And we're I feel like it was such a great start to our relationship too, though. It's such a great base.
I feel because of all of that, when we were actually in person, when I did get home, we kind of got straight to the way deeper stuff.
Yes, because we had already...
Because we talked about all of that.
Yeah, we had already connected on such a deep level.
Like, we already started talking about the more important things.
Much quicker.
Everything.
That's true. I haven't ever thought of that. That is honestly exactly why.
We went straight to the deep stuff.
And I don't think that's a bad thing. Any plans on kids soon? No. Nope. Not yet. Way in the future. We're not opposed to having kids. We love kids.
My siblings, kid siblings, and my siblings' kids.
Yeah, your kid siblings and your siblings' kids. That's crazy to think of. Yeah, your kid siblings. Because he has 3 younger siblings.
Kids' siblings. I don't have kids.
Your kid siblings and your siblings' children. Yeah. Maybe that's better.
My nieces and nephews. Well, I only have a niece.
What characteristics were you looking for in a boyfriend? Brady.
What?
Brady was exactly what I was looking for in a boyfriend.
I thought you were saying for me to answer the question. I was like, I wasn't looking for a boyfriend.
What? No. Question for Brady. How and when did you know Clay was the one?
It was very... there was just
It's
always
hard.
a little feeling about it. It was not like a...
It wasn't this
For me, it
aha
was
moment.
never a one moment that was like, it's definitely her. But
That was for me too.
lots of things over and over confirming it.
Yeah, consistency of.
There's tons of little things that would confirm that that's what needed to happen.
Aww, that
That's
I
what
was the
should-
one.
That it was you.
Aww. What sold you on each other for the first time?
You first.
The first thing Brady ever did with me is he gave me a little candy. He was like, "Here, do you want a candy?" I was like,
That's
"Oh my goodness,
true.
that's
Yeah, I
so
forget about
sweet."
that.
And then the second thing that
Little mint.
the second thing I noticed was that you were really tall, which I was like, "Oh my goodness gracious!" That. But then after that, his personality. He was always so genuine. We could talk for hours. We could talk for hours, which I was like, "Oh my goodness." What about you? Oh boy.
One of your first questions you asked me
Oh my goodness.
when you asked if I fit on my bed. I'm like, yep, that's her. She's the one.
No, okay, here's the thing. On our mission, we had twin-size beds, and I am 5'4", okay? I'm 5'4". Brady is 6'6". Do the math. You can kind of imagine the height difference if you haven't already seen in our videos. So the beds are pretty short for me, I would say. And so I was
they're
like,
very
oh my
short.
goodness, poor person.
Especially in Brazil.
And so I was like,
Actually, I like
do you
the same
fit on
beds.
the beds, or are you like curled up in a ball? I didn't think anything of it. I just asked, and it's gonna stick around forever now.
But yeah, my actual answer, it's like, I don't know, it was just the talking at the start. It was just so easy to, I guess, be myself around you, kind of.
Yeah.
And also just be able to talk. Like,
Yeah, it was so
just
easy.
the comfort in
There was
sharing
no
how
worry.
I felt. And also, I would say just how, because we were in a situation where I was kind of your leader.
Yeah,
Like,
leader. Mhm.
There were moments where I had to,
He had to be a little bit more sterner.
Yeah.
He had to
and
the rules.
well, that was one of the things that you were able to accept, like, a different opinion and
Mm-hmm.
like actually listen, and I guess the humility about it,
Yeah. Aww.
that was a big thing for me.
See, what's funny is that was a big thing for me too. That
Yeah.
that you were, because you were a great communicator, but you weren't like, you don't let people push you around. Like, you're a great communicator, you're also very kind, but you don't let people push you around. So it's not like you have this very nice middle ground. And what made me realize that was when you did that, when there was like a rule that needed to be enforced or something that needed to be followed. Not that I was breaking a rule and Brady was like, "Oh, you need to do this," but just something where we had to be a little bit more stern. You were like, "Hey, listen," and you were very kind about it, but you were very like, "This is what needs to happen." And I was like, that was a wake up call for me. That was like, oh my goodness, it's like, he's the one.
Yeah, that's like at that point, they're the type of things that in the moment we didn't think that. I don't think. Like,
No, we
at least
didn't.
not for me,
Now
but
we're like,
looking
oh my
back,
goodness.
like that's where it started.
Yeah.
It's also because it's not what you're looking for on the mission.
Mm.
You're not looking to date anyone, to marry anyone.
No, we
So
weren't there
there
courting,
were things
as
that
you would say.
stood out for sure. Like,
We
without
felt
us knowing
disconnected.
that's what it was. But looking back, though, those are the things that stood out to us. I think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's true. Where are you from?
Me?
Yes.
I was born in Glendale, Arizona. I lived in Idaho for a while, and now I'm back in Arizona.
We love Arizona. Arizona's nice. Okay, last couple of questions to actually get to know Brady. We know Brady's height.
Yep.
We know Brady's family, like how many siblings and stuff. Brady, what's your favorite hobby?
Volleyball.
Volleyball.
I played volleyball for a long time. No, actually not that long.
For how good you are, it
I
really
played-
wasn't that long.
I started playing. I've played so many sports. I feel like I'd say my hobby is just sports in general because
That makes sense.
I've been into something constantly my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
I've played football. I've played soccer. I've
So
played
crazy.
tennis. And yeah, volleyball, I guess, was the last one that kind of stuck. I moved to a different school that didn't have tennis as I was playing tennis. I played the football season there, and then some of my teammates on the football team, they told me I should try out for the volleyball team.
I didn't know
And this was my sophomore year of high school, and so I tried out. I made the team. We had one game, and then the season got canceled because of COVID.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So then, I guess just got with a ton of friends, and we started playing sand volleyball all the time.
That's
playing
crazy.
grass volleyball actually, and then we'd play pretty much like every day. I can't remember exactly how often we'd do it, but we'd play a lot. And then with a couple of friends, I decided I was gonna play club volleyball because I really liked it. And that was during the football season, so I stopped playing football. And then played the club season, loved it, started traveling with the team too. And then the school
cool.
season, we won the state championship, played another club season. Next school season, we
basically
won another
pro.
state championship. I mean, it is 4A, but still. It was fun.
But what were the scholarships that you got before you went on your mission?
I did have offers to a lot of different schools, and
Crazy.
yeah, so it was a big decision I had to make to either go on the mission or follow those. But
Yeah.
I went on the mission, lost a lot of those opportunities because of that. I was talking with coaches from Harvard. I was talking with the coach from Stanford, Pepperdine,
Yeah.
but SVU too. He was the most persistent.
Yeah, he was. The SVU wanted Brady as well. And I was planning on going back to SVU, and I was like, hey, you should come. You should
So I
do it.
could've
I
gone
tried
there.
to convince you. It didn't work very well.
But yeah, now I just play volleyball kind of just for fun. I don't know. I do miss the really competitive side of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like playing a real
Yeah, playing in a
6-on-6
in an
court
arena.
volleyball game with
Is it an
stands
arena?
around you. Court, I don't know, arena, stadium.
Stadium thing.
Usually
Yeah.
it's just like convention centers that we play in the tournaments. I do miss that feeling, but
He's a really
I
good
just play for
volleyball
fun.
player.
I just kind of have fun with it.
If
Just
you
mess
could have
around.
picked one of the colleges, which one would you have gone to that you had offers to?
If I were to pick from one of the schools that I didn't talk to, I feel like it's hard because there's also GCU.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I would have ended up going to GCU.
Really?
All the
Crazy.
and also the fact that I'd already played for their coach. And,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
That's where the GCU
I have
hoodie
multiple.
comes from.
Yeah, that's true.
But he's not studying there.
I haven't gone there yet. Just have it.
That was another question.
I have
People
lots
are
of GCU
asking
volleyball
about
stuff.
your college. Have you studied? What are you
have not.
studying?
I haven't done any college,
He hasn't done college yet.
but I'm gonna be working. I work full time right now. I design fire sprinkler systems. It's an interesting job, but it's actually awesome.
He's a designer. He's a pro designer. For what? Fire sprinkler systems.
Yeah,
It's
I
actually
just
a
plan
crazy job.
out. Yeah, I just plan out the systems for new buildings being built, and I just send them to pretty much. I just make the
companies.
plans. That's all. And so I'm gonna get my degree in mechanical engineering because that can help me continue with that career, which is a very good one.
It's a great one. He's gonna stay in it. He's gonna stay in that. I mean, if he wants to, obviously. There's no forcing. My job, his job. We're gonna do what we want to do. Any other questions? Any other things that we need to know to get to know you? I think that's good. I think they got to know you. Brady really loves Reese's.
Uh-huh.
In case anyone's wondering, he loves Reese's. That's his favorite candy
Send me
snack food. For the wedding.
I'm kidding.
Can you imagine if we put that on like our registry? We wish. Okay, well, there's a little get to know our situation, but get to know my fiance. Let us know what other stuff you want to watch, and we'll see you guys in the next